full news again that the KB girls were also adopted by tourist group. Well, I remember that in 2014 when we took this on national discourse, the ages, it ranges from age 16 to 18, are mostly Christians, there are Muslims amongst them. They were taken. And that's why anytime someone calls Sambisa Forest, I feel downcast. But now again, with the horrible, frightening reliefs from the survivors of the night, you can call it, of horror, listening to them and hear what they said about how they were captured or kidnapped, we'll begin to wonder what is happening. Well, on the show today, we will talk about this, and it's expedient, it's very important that we look at our security, system. Let's look at it. But I'll go straight to Rio. Rio, hearing this information, tell me what happened to your heart.
The Kevin girls. It just showed that it just showed how irresponsible the governments are, because there is a safe school program, and about 144 million has been put, into that program, so that security agencies, can protect schools like that. But it's unfortunate that lives are not safe and properties are not safe. Let's even leave properties now and talk about lives. I mean, these are about 20-something girls that this guy picked, and just yesterday or day before yesterday, I heard the governor still talking about he's not scared about Malami for wanting to contest the governorship position in 2027. You're talking about life, you're talking about position. So it is obvious, it is glaring that these guys are selfish and they only do things for themselves alone, because you can't tell me there are insecurity in the country for how many years and we have not been able to figure things out. It just shows how handicapped the security agencies are. Even if the politicians are trying, to play politics and then politicize some things in the military that claim that they stand for integrity. At times they should not tell you before you know what to do. I mean, immediately they heard that news, they are supposed to fly to the bush. Before anybody will say, I give you order. Once incident like that is getting more than 24 hours, then these guys are getting escaped already. And so I just feel the government should do better. And now you had another issue in Kwara State, yes, where insurgency moved in church, and thank God for CCTV. They would have probably said it's a lie. That
we'll come back to the Kwara State one, and that I saw the clips, and I will hope to put the clips here also. But let me read from the Punch. The survival of the violent Monday attack on Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School, Maga, in Dako Wasagu local government area of Kebbi State, have recounted the horror of the incidents during which the vice principal Hassan Makuku was killed and 25 female students abducted by the bandit. The incident, which occurred around 8 a.m., has thrown the entire community into mourning as distraught parents, teachers, and residents struggle to come to terms with the whereabouts of the missing girls. However, the security agents, including the Nigerian police force and the military, have since launched an intensive search to track the perpetrators and recover the missing students. During a visit on Tuesday, eyewitness narrated how this happened. The bandits operated for over an hour without resistance before fleeing into the forest with the adopted children. Over an hour operation was on. Nobody came to rescue them. The Pink Republic, I need to know your thoughts. I want to hear from you. What you feel about this?
If you ask any Nigerian how you feel about this thing, they will say it has happened. But the truth about all this thing is how we move on from these things. We move on from these things quickly when there's another distraction, because it has not happened to somebody in the government. You understand? If it happens to somebody very prominent in the government, you will see a solution and you will see how they will rescue that person. To me, these children, they are nobody's children. Their father, I don't think anybody know their surname. That is why we keep having these problems here and there. Somebody that is prominent in this country, you will hear they found the person. The truth about this whole thing is that we don't value life. I've said this thing over and over again. From that time of that 2014, I remember very well, I was working for another TV station, and I kept saying it that people don't value life. They thought I was joking. The way they moved on, and guess what? Even the other last one that they keep praying for to come back, that Shaibu or something like that. People were saying that, say she would have just said it. What people were saying there, they're still threatening that, oh, the United States might come and invade them. To me, they are daring them that we are going to kidnap another set of children and nothing is going to happen. And has anything happened within 24 hours? Nothing has happened. I don't know if it's movie, but they usually, like in the bank, have like a button whereby if you press, it will sound an alarm. Such government schools, don't they have like an alarm, like fire alarms and all that thing, just to trigger, let people know that something is going on? Because all the personal accounts is that they all found there by themselves. I was in a